Hello, everybody. It is me, Pacific, and tonight, briefly, I want to talk about a video. It was just removed today, it looks like, due to violent content. The video was forwarded to me by a lady who was born in Bermuda and lives in America, so this is dedicated to her because she asked me to weigh in on what I thought of the video. Because it was removed, I did not get to see it, but she told me basically that a guy went off on his daughter for twerking on Facebook or something of that nature. I want to comment on my belief on discipline, abuse, spankings, beatings, etc. First, let me say from the outset, a good swat to the butt, a good spanking, never hurt anybody. The Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child. That is true. And for those of you viewers out there that are liberal, I can tell you, driving a school bus every day, I am seeing the chickens come home to roost on all the parents that believe spanking was not acceptable. These kids are rude, they have no manners, they have no respect, and they have no fear of any authority. Even if you're nice to them, polite to them, and respect them, these kids are crappers today. Why is that? They didn't get spanked growing up. Mr. Spock, who came out with the book about spanking and damaging your child's ego, set into motion a whole host of problems, of which I will not go into. The breakdown of the family, the breakdown of the culture, a lot of rock music, a lot of violent movies, a lot of filth on the internet. There's so many things that enter into why people are the way they are. But the bottom line foundation for why a lot of kids have no respect today, the reason they're spoiled brats, the reason they mouth off and don't quit, is because they were never properly disciplined. When I think of beating, I don't like that word. Beating is horrible. When the kid's got a big enough butt and he's older, telling him to bend over and grab his ankles or his knees and taking a spoon, a wooden spoon or a paddle and whacking him on the butt till it stings a couple times without bruising, without leaving marks, but a temporary red mark, which is possible, I think it's appropriate. And yes, little girls needed it too. That's why we have the princess, narcissistic, self-centered teen syndrome that's sweeping America as a storm. Beating and abuse, smacking a child in the face, punching them, hitting them, shaking them, that stuff, for me, that's getting into some serious jail time and abuse charges. In the state of Colorado, you are allowed to minister corporal punishment. But you must be careful not to leave marks. Some states ban it altogether. In Canada, a father went to paddle his kid for getting out of the car in a parking lot and almost getting hit. Another woman saw it, called the police. Dad was arrested. At least that's what I was told. I cannot verify that. One of the things I hear from kids today is, you can't touch me, you can't do anything. That's right, and they know it. And if a parent does try to administer discipline, many kids will say, I'll call the police on you. And some parents that are from the South and parts of the country that still believe in doing things the old-fashioned way say, here, let me dial 911 for you. You're still getting your butt spanked. Good for you, parents. Don't put up with reverse bullying from your kids to your authority. Abuse is never acceptable. Physical abuse of a child can scar and damage them for life. And for all you liberals out there, a proper paddling or spanking, rightfully applied, without the hand but with an instrument, we want to use the hands of love and the rod of correction. And I agree with that. I want you viewers to know there were times that I paddled my son many a time. Once or twice on the butt. And it stung, and he cried, and I told him why he was getting spanked. He'd cry, and then he'd put his arms around me, and I'd hug him, and he'd say, I love you, Daddy, I'm sorry. That kid is 13 years old. He never mouths off to me. He always respects me. I'm sorry. I have all the proof I need that spanking worked. Is my kid perfect? No. But has he ever disrespected his father? Not once. Not once. So I have my own proof. I didn't get to see the video of the guy dealing with his daughter, but whooping somebody, beating somebody, wow. We got to be careful there. I think parents need to set the tone with their children, and they need to start off very young about respect and manners. I'm seeing a big problem today of parents not holding their kids responsible for rude talk, body language, and tone of voice. I had a girl on my bus today. She doesn't like the bus aide on my bus and came to me yesterday and says, Mister, why do we got to have her on the bus? I don't like her. I don't want her. I said, well, that's not your decision. She tells you to sit down and sit still. You need to listen to her. She has as much authority as I do. Yes, folks, some of the buses have to have bus aides now. Mostly for special needs, but sometimes some of the junior high routes are so squirrely that you have to, our driving is such in Denver today that I have to really watch the road. To deal with discipline, I have to pull over. I mean, I cannot be watching those kids in the road at the same time. Traffic is bumper to bumper. Traffic is cutting in and out. You take your eyes off for 1 second, you're going to be in an accident. But my kids are pretty good. And this particular girl, I like her. I like her very much. But she's got an attitude. And today, she was told yesterday by this bus aide, I'm having her sit in the front. They were horse playing and smacking each other with a bag and hitting each other, her and another girl. She got on the bus and said, ma'am, I need you to sit up front today. Oh, come on, for what? I said, well, according to my bus aide, you did something yesterday, and she told me and told you that you were sitting here. She went, oh my gosh, she's so stupid. I said, be nice. Don't get yourself in trouble. No, she's stupid. I don't even like her. I don't want her on here. I said, just stop. Don't keep going. She scowled the entire way through the route. Now, she wasn't rude to me, but this is the way the kids are today. You think she got her butt beat, spanked? Probably not. I believe in spanking. I believe in discipline. When I went to school in California schools, viewers, this might shock you. Mammoth High School. My parents had to sign a thing called corporal punishment. Yes, that meant the teachers and the principal could administer. The Board of Education applied to the seat of learning. I got spanked with a canoe paddle by the principal of the high school for using profanity in the classroom. You know what? I never hated him. I never felt that I was abused. I felt I had that coming. You know what? When I was in school, folks, we did not say F you to bus drivers, take on bus drivers and teachers. We just didn't do that stuff. And it was because we had the fear of God put into us. It was because, now I will tell you, and I'll do a video about this sometime, I had some teachers who were off the wall freaking nuts. Abusive, crazy. But the teachers that properly administered discipline, they were good. I still to this day look back and respect them. I have no hostility. It's like, you know what? I had that coming. I had it coming. I remember when I was on cross country. Cross country coach was also my math teacher. We were doing stretches, and several of us boys were throwing little teeny rocks over at the girls. They started squawking, and the coach told me and several of the boys to line up against the gym wall, and he walked right down the line and went psh, 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 with the stick. We all looked at each other and, man, that stings. None of us had hatred towards him. None of us said, we're going to sue you, we're going to call the police, we're going to call social services, we're going to have your job. We knew we were in the wrong. I respect that coach to this day. I don't respect permissive people. I don't respect them at all. So tired of that. I see mothers late to the bus stop every single day with their kids. And you sit there and go, really? Discipline is good, folks. But this is dedicated to the lady that asked me to do a video on this. What do I think about discipline? We need it. Abuse? No way. But anyways, this is Pacific signing off. I hope this helps clear up some things. And for some of you parents out there, discipline your kids, for crying out loud, because if you don't, people like me got to pay the price. No joke. We get to pay the price. Society gets to pay the price for your spoiled brat kids that never learned respect, manners, and discipline. I'm telling you, I'm paying for it every day. But hey, I love being a school bus driver, and I love junior high kids because you know what? They're crazy, but they got energy and life, and they just need to be disciplined and directed in the right way. But hey, this is Pacific signing off. Take care. Bye bye.